Our next episode begins with Sukuna talking on the phone to apparently this guy is Nanami, which really surprised me. Yeah, so here's the deal. I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen completely out of order. If you want to see my impression of Season 2, Episode 16, that's where I started. The guy who I thought was the main character and who I suspected was Nanami doesn't appear in this entire episode, but apparently it's not him, because this blonde guy right here is actually Nanami. Oh, and by the way, the other guy is definitely not Sukuna, even though he is Sukuna, so I am not off to a good start with this one. Nanami says that he had already explained things, but whatever that explanation was, hey, I missed it, so I am completely lost. This other Sukuna's name is Itadori, and Nanami is going to go find him right now, but he's completely leaving his bro here out to dry. Yeah, this place is full of monsters, but I guess you can take care of it yourself. I'm out of here. And Ino, the guy with the cap, is like, hey, hold up, what? But then Nanami just promises to give him a good recommendation. For what? I have no idea. But it makes Ino really excited, and he is willing to stay here and fight alone, so I guess it's a good thing. This old teacher dude wants to stop Itadori from running off. I'm guessing in anime years he's probably like 80 years old, because he looks like he's over the age of 20. Maybe he's supposed to wait until Nanami gets there for backup, but like the teacher doesn't even try to stop him, he just stands there while Itadori runs right past him. Okay, so this guy with the jellyfish, he's apparently causing problems in the school, and that seems to be what the main conflict of this episode is revolving around. There is some symbolism in the opening credits, which seems to strongly suggest that Itadori and Sukuna are the same person, but I'm not going to speculate on that too much because the episode I'm watching right now ended up explaining a lot of this anyway. Most of this episode revolves around battles. Itadori starts off by fighting the jellyfish summoning guy, and he's like, oh wow, this guy has really strong resistance against blunt attacks. But then he just keeps beating the crap out of him anyway. Like, the enemy is really good at taking punches, and Itadori is thinking, whatever, I'm just gonna keep punching. And this really reminded me of how Sukuna was acting in 216. The jellyfish dude traps Itadori inside of a giant blob, and he starts getting all philosophical, talking about this and that, but Itadori is not interested in philosophy class. He's basically just interested in punching class, and he's gonna break out of this. The narrative kept trying to make it seem like these ability and type matchups were important, but the main character, I'm pretty sure, is Itadori, and he just overcomes all of these problems by being way stronger than his opponent, so he grabs him and he throws him out a window. Oh, and by the way, there was this short flashback where this guy with the patched up face is teaching Jellyfish Dude about his powers and how he can quickly get stronger, so I'm guessing the Jellyfish Dude is one of his pupils. He really reminded me of a Sith Lord in this scene, promising, a quicker path to power, but he was clearly coming across like he was evil. And I also remember seeing him, he looked pretty villainous in the opening credits for Season 2, so in retrospect, I'm guessing the Jellyfish Dude is a servant of Patchface, and Patchface is some kind of bigger villain. The Jellyfish Dude is getting beaten so badly, it's making him think about this lady, who I think is his mom. Yeah, he's literally crying to his mommy. Sukuna is kicking the crap out of him. Well, I guess this time it's not Sukuna, it's Itadori, right? Then, Itadori remembers this lesson he got from some cool guy in sunglasses. The cool guy tells him, hey, if you're fighting someone, you should punch that person, and that's how you're gonna win. Well, this ends up being really great advice, because Itadori punches the guy, and then he wins. The jellyfish guy is actually talking about his mom now, like in a real conversation. And it seems like Itadori was also close friends with him and even knew his mother, but it's clear that something bad happened to her in a previous episode. At first, I didn't understand what he meant about being cursed. I thought maybe they were just shunned by their village or something. Honestly, this episode had me really wishing for some Naruto-style flashbacks where they show you like 5 minutes of material that you've already seen before, just in case you don't remember what's going on. But Jujutsu Kaisen instead shows you a picture really briefly for about 1 or 2 seconds and says, hey, remember this scene from the last episode? And I'm like, no, I don't, because I skipped over it, because I'm really stupid. So I have no idea what's going on with this guy or his mom. Itadori lets the jellyfish guy stab him, and then he walks over to activate his talk no jutsu. Okay, see, this is a move I'm very familiar with, so now I understand this anime. The jellyfish guy is all sad but relieved about it, and they even hold hands for a while. By the way, they're thinking about all of the friends and other characters that are involved with them, I guess, and it shows everybody. So here's Nanami on the left, and the rabbit summoner guy is right here in the middle, so I think he is some kind of major character. And this girl over here, I have seen her a bunch in the openings and the endings. Despite the fact that she wasn't in any episode I've watched so far, she seems like she's clearly important, but I guess she's not important enough to get screen time? And the guy in the back is also the teacher from this episode. They make a pact to find the person who cursed his mom. But then, Patchface appears out of nowhere, and he's just T-posing on the stairs. I guess this is the thing that the villains in this series really love to do. And Patchface is like, hey buddy, I'm not letting you turn my servant into a good guy. This is not Naruto. And then I get 3 lines of dialogue that explained about 80% of the stuff I didn't understand in 216. So I was really grateful for that. Okay, here it goes. Itadori is like the vessel for Sukuna, and that's really good, specific information that helped me understand their relationship. And Patchface, check this out, is Mahito. So now I also know who Mahito is. It's really weird though, because he doesn't look anything like the other cursed spirits from the flashback in 216. And this even threw off Itadori as well. At first, he thinks Mahito is a human, but this gave Mahito the chance to trap him with another sneak attack. So it seems like Mahito's almost human appearance is something that he can use to his advantage. I guess the Jellyfish Dude guy's name is Junpei, and he's like, hold up Mahito, I just got hit with a talk no jutsu. I have a heart now, so please, don't hurt Itadori. But Itadori is like, Junpei, you gotta run, bro. And of course, neither of them are going to escape. That's just not how this kind of thing works. Nanami had apparently warned Itadori about Mahito in the past, but Junpei is like, don't worry, Mahito, he's not really a bad dude. And then he gets immediately proven wrong in the worst possible way. Because, well, Mahito puts his hand on Junpei's shoulder, and somehow this turns him into a blue crocodile slug. So it seems like this is the curse they were talking about before. You can turn a human into a monster, and now the situation gets messy, because Itadori has to fight this monster, but if he kills it, he'll be killing Junpei. Now I understand why he was so upset about his mom being cursed, because that's probably what happened to her. And even though I don't know these characters too well, I did end up finding the scene a bit touching and pretty sad. Itadori is trying really hard to find a way to save his friend without having to kill him, and the whole time, Mahito is just standing there watching it with amused mastery. Itadori is so desperate, he's calling out to Sukuna, he's offering to let Sukuna take control of his body if he'll heal Junpei, and Sukuna just doesn't want to do it. Mahito seems pretty surprised by this. He thinks that Sukuna should know how to heal this kind of curse, but now he's wondering if maybe he can't actually do it. Either way, they both start laughing at Itadori for being so helpless and for crying. I guess Sukuna and Mahito are both villains, but then why was Sukuna fighting with Mahito's friends in the later episodes? This, I do not know. Junpei tragically passes away. He's laying there on the ground crying, and I guess the cursed spirits won't live very long even if you don't kill them. You can see Junpei standing together with everyone again right here in this memory, but I genuinely have no idea which of these are main characters, who is important, and who is not. The girl hasn't appeared for even 1 second on screen yet. The guy on the right, I don't even know his name, and he's not in this episode. Itadori seems like he is the main character, so I know that much. And then this Junpei guy just gets unceremoniously turned into a monster and dies. It might have been a big deal. Maybe he was one of the main characters up to this point, but with my lack of knowledge and the way the scene was framed, he might have just been a 2-episode minor villain. Mahito thinks this is so funny, he actually gets these anime eyes while he's over there chuckling about it, but man, Itadori does not think this is funny at all. He tells Mahito that he is going to kill him. He goes with his patented strategy of just punching Mahito really hard, and Mahito is like, huh? Punching me shouldn't work. I'm immune to punching. But, well, you guessed it, Itadori's punches even work on the guy who is immune to punching. Apparently there's a difference between killing and exorcism, but Itadori makes it really clear. He doesn't just want to exorcise Mahito, he really wants to kill him. We are shown another brief flashback that doesn't tell me very much, but they did mention Geto-sama by name, so that was cool. But apparently Mahito's main goal is to mess with Itadori, to the point where he needs to make a pact with Sukuna. This will allow Sukuna to take control of the body, and that would make him thankful to Mahito, because Mahito is the one who helped him gain control. But he just tried this? And it didn't work. Sukuna didn't agree to make the pact even when Itadori was offering to do it. Plus, later on, Sukuna is going around killing Mahito's friends. So it seems like Mahito is really, really bad at making plans, because nothing about this plan is going to work out for him later on. At least not in the one other episode of Jujutsu Kaisen that I've ever seen. So the fight starts. Itadori uses the power of rage and punching, and for a moment he's even thinking about what fighting style would work best. Like maybe he should go for grappling to prevent Mahito from shapeshifting. But then he's like, nah, I'm just gonna punch him 1,000 times. Well, Mahito does want to change up his fighting style to give him a better matchup against Itadori, so he turns his entire arm into this long, bladed chain whip thing and starts cutting everything apart. Itadori goes flying out the window, and when he tries to grab the extended arm, he gets stabbed through the hands. But he uses this opportunity to pull Mahito down to the ground. Itadori creates a shockwave, and then uses the cover of the debris to get in close and lands a powerful strike. Well, Mahito just counters this by spearing Itadori through the torso. He tries to go into some kind of inner spirit world to make contact with Sukuna, but Sukuna is like, bro, get out of here. This scene really reminded me of Naruto and how he has Kurama trapped inside of his body. And oh yeah, didn't Itadori already get impaled earlier in this episode? Like twice? Well, it seems like he has one of those powers that's like super durability or regeneration, because he takes this attack like nothing, and he starts beating the crap out of Mahito. Well, Mahito takes it a little better than Junpei did at least. He does basically the same thing that the perfect Maki did to the rabbit summoner guy in 216, and he just teleports away instead of standing there and getting killed, which is really smart. When Mahito goes for a sneak attack from behind, Nanami shows up to block it, and he saves Itadori. Hey, why didn't you save the rabbit summoner guy from getting sneak attacked in 216, huh? I guess he was busy trying to meet up with the school nurse. Nanami is standing there and he's trying to look really cool, and he's pretty much succeeding, while Itadori fills him in on the whole situation. I guess this guy is kind of like All Might in this series, because now that he's here, they immediately come up with a plan for how they're going to take out Mahito. I was getting really hyped to see what happens next, and then... oh crap, the episode ended. And I can't just watch the next one to see what happens. Why did I do this to myself? Well, the ending credits start playing, and oh man, these are great. I love the music, I love the dancing, the clothes, the style, everything. Really, I loved it. Overall, this episode told me a lot of things that helped me understand the main story better, but there were still so many characters and plot threads that I didn't get any new information on, and that makes it seem like it will be a lot of fun to continue on this way. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this. Hopefully next time I'll be able to meet the main girl here. I think she's the main female character, and I want to know if she's any good, or if she's like... well... anyway, thank you for watching. And for now, enjoy the rest of your day.